Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how, as we get older, certain things just don't serve us anymore? We carry around physical and emotional clutter, holding on to habits, relationships, and beliefs that weigh us down, stealing our peace and joy. The truth is, as you reach your 70s, it's time to take a closer look at what's truly important and let go of what no longer serves you. Make no mistake, this is your moment to embrace freedom, simplicity, and fulfillment. Imagine how much lighter and freer your life could be by releasing just a few things. Let's explore 8 powerful changes you can make today to unlock the peace and happiness you deserve. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. As you reach the age of 70, it becomes a pivotal moment in your life, a time to pause and ask yourself, are these things I'm holding on to adding real value to my life today, or are they simply taking up space? It's a deeply personal reflection, one that's far more than just about physical objects. Of course, some things are irreplaceable, like a cherished photo album that brings back precious memories, a memento that reminds you of a special moment, or that favorite armchair that holds comfort and nostalgia. These are the treasures that should stay. But let's be honest, not everything we accumulate over the years deserves a permanent place in our home or heart. The extra sets of dishes collecting dust in the kitchen cabinets, the towering stacks of magazines that haven't been touched in years, or the attic full of forgotten trinkets, are they truly serving a purpose in your life? Or are they simply weighing you down? Letting go of physical clutter isn't about erasing the past. It's about honoring the journey you've walked so far and making space for the person you are becoming. The physical space you create is like an emotional and mental release. Imagine how free it would feel to walk into your home and see only the things that bring you joy, peace, or utility. It's like a breath of fresh air, like shedding old skin to reveal a more vibrant, lighter version of yourself. Start small, perhaps with just one drawer or a box in the basement, and let the process unfold at a pace that feels right for you. As you sift through the items that have quietly accumulated over the years, ask yourself, does this truly bring me joy, or is it just stuff? Take your time, but imagine the relief, the sense of freedom that would come with releasing the excess, the heavy clutter that no longer serves a purpose in your life. Just envision the room for new possibilities when you let go. And here's the beauty of letting go. It's not just about decluttering your own space. It's about giving others a chance to use what you no longer need. So many people need exactly what you might no longer appreciate. That set of dishes gathering dust could bring joy to a young couple starting their own home. Those old magazines could provide a moment of escape for someone else. Your worn-out furniture could become the cozy centerpiece of someone's living room. Donating your items becomes an act of love, an act of sharing and community that gives a new story to your things. It transforms a mundane task into a meaningful gesture, a way to continue giving even after you've let go. The process of creating a home that reflects who you are today rather than who you were years ago is, in many ways, a form of self-love. It's a gift you give yourself, allowing your environment to become a sanctuary that mirrors the peace, simplicity, and joy you want to embrace in this stage of life. Imagine walking into your home and feeling the calm wash over you, knowing that every item in that space serves a purpose, speaks to who you are now, and supports the life you want to live. That feeling, my friends, is what true freedom looks like. But here's the thing, letting go of physical clutter is more than just about tidying up. It's a profound metaphor for life itself. It's about shedding the weight of the past, the old habits, the outdated beliefs, and the relationships that no longer nourish you. Letting go is an act of self-care, an act of acknowledging that your heart, mind, and home deserve to be free from the weight of unnecessary burdens. In doing so, you make room for the joy and the beauty that's waiting for you in each new moment. It's a beautiful act of self-compassion, of choosing to honor yourself in a world that often demands more than you have to give. And this doesn't just apply to things, it's also true for relationships. By the time you reach your 70s, you've been through decades of relationships, some filled with love, joy, and support, and others weighed down by resentment, obligation, and unspoken conflicts. You've given, you've sacrificed, and you've loved with your whole heart. But now you get to ask yourself, are the relationships in your life still nurturing you, or have they become draining? Are you holding on to toxic relationships out of guilt, fear, or habit, or are you making the conscious choice to prioritize your peace? Toxic relationships often come in the most subtle forms. It might be a friend who only ever calls to complain, a family member who makes you feel small or unworthy, or even a relationship where the indifference is so thick that you feel invisible. These connections take a toll on your spirit, draining your energy and making you question your worth. But here's the truth. Letting go of toxic relationships is not an act of anger or revenge. It's an act of love. Love for yourself. It's about recognizing that at this stage in life, you deserve to be surrounded by people who bring peace, respect, and kindness into your life. Setting boundaries or walking away doesn't mean you're abandoning anyone. It means you're choosing to prioritize your emotional well-being. And that is one of the most courageous acts of self-care you can ever give yourself. I understand how difficult it can be to set those boundaries, especially when the relationships are tied to years of history, family dynamics, or societal expectations. You may fear upsetting someone or worrying about what others will think, but remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of profound strength and courage. It's a declaration that your emotional health matters, and that you will no longer tolerate anything that diminishes your peace or your sense of self. Sometimes it's not about cutting people out entirely, it's about creating healthy distance, redefining the terms of how you interact, and ensuring that these relationships no longer have the power to hurt you. Imagine the kind of freedom you would experience by surrounding yourself with people who truly uplift you, people who bring laughter, understanding, and love into your life. Picture a future filled with warm, meaningful conversations and deep, authentic connections that make your heart feel full. When you let go of the toxic relationships that have held you back, you create space for the relationships that will bring you joy and fulfillment. This is the gift you give yourself, the freedom to live your golden years surrounded by those who genuinely see you, appreciate you, and love you for who you are today. Finally, as you step into the golden chapter of your life, you might feel the weight of the responsibilities you've carried over the decades. For most of your life, you've been the one to take on the duties, care for your family, torture your career, and serve your community. But now, as you enter your 70s, it's time to reflect. Are these responsibilities still giving you purpose and joy, or have they become burdens that drain you? Are you still carrying the weight of obligations that no longer serve your well-being, simply out of habit or a sense of duty? Letting go of unnecessary responsibilities isn't about abandoning anyone. It's about honoring what's most important in this stage of your life. It's about recognizing that you deserve to focus on the things that truly bring you happiness and fulfillment. So, if managing a large house or garden feels like a never-ending chore, perhaps it's time to downsize to something simpler and easier to maintain. If you're constantly called upon to solve other people's problems, it's okay to step back and let others take more responsibility for their own lives. It's time to reclaim your peace and allow yourself the space to enjoy life in a way that feels true to you. The decision to release the burdens that have weighed you down over the years is not just practical, it's profoundly personal, and it often comes with a swirl of emotions. Guilt might be one of the first feelings that arise, especially if, like many of us, you've spent years defining your worth by your ability to care for others. It's easy to feel that stepping back from responsibilities means you're abandoning those who depend on you. But this is where the most important truth lies. Stepping back doesn't mean you care less. It means you're choosing to care for yourself too. By lightening your load, you make room for more joy, more presence, and a deeper connection to the things and people that truly nourish you. Imagine waking up in the morning without that long list of tasks hovering over you like a cloud you can never escape. Picture the freedom of knowing your time is finally your own, to do with as you please. Whether it's enjoying a quiet morning with a book, taking a leisurely walk in the park, or sitting down with an old friend over coffee. That's the gift of letting go of unnecessary responsibilities. You permit yourself to savor the present fully. You stop living in a constant state of, I need to do this, I have to take care of that, and instead, you make space to breathe and be. What could be more precious than that? Life after 70 should feel like a celebration, not a continuation of a never-ending to-do list. It's a time to bask in the joy of what you've already accomplished, knowing that there are still countless moments ahead to be embraced. Letting go of the weight of unnecessary obligations is not just about simplifying your life. It's about rediscovering what truly makes your heart sing. The gift you give yourself by shedding these burdens is immeasurable. You've earned this freedom. It's time to allow yourself to enjoy it. As you enter your 70s, you are granted something incredibly rare, a chance to reflect on the tapestry of your life. The colors of joy, the shades of sorrow, the victories that still bring a smile to your face, and the mistakes that have shaped you into the person you are today. And yet, too often, the weight of lingering regrets clouds this reflection, robbing you of the peace and self-compassion that you so deeply deserve. Regret has a way of following you like a shadow, silent, constant, and draining. Perhaps you find yourself thinking about missed opportunities, the career path not taken, the dreams left behind, the relationships that could have been different. These what-if moments can replay in your mind, driven by the belief that everything could have been perfect if only you had done something differently. But life is not about perfection. It never has been. It's about learning, evolving, and embracing the person you are today because of those very experiences. The truth is, negative self-talk can be an even greater thief of joy than regret. It whispers insidiously in the quiet moments. I should have done better. I didn't try hard enough. I don't deserve happiness after all I've done. These words, if left unchecked, weave themselves into the fabric of your being, distorting your perception of who you are. Ask yourself, though, would you ever speak to someone you love with such harshness? Would you tell a dear friend that they don't deserve joy? If not, then why would you speak to yourself in such a way? You have lived a life rich with courage, resilience, and love. You've faced challenges head-on, and you've grown stronger because of them. You've weathered heartaches, celebrated triumphs, and learned the value of both. And in this, you deserve the same compassion that you have always extended to others. Releasing regret and silencing the inner critic isn't about denying your mistakes or pretending they didn't matter. It's about permitting yourself to forgive, not just the others, but most importantly, yourself. Forgiveness is liberation. It's freedom from the shackles of should have and could have. It's giving yourself the grace to move forward without the heavy burden of guilt, without the need to punish yourself for being human. To release those self-imposed chains, you need to start reframing the story you tell yourself. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, turn your attention to the courage it took to make the decisions you made, the lessons you learned from every misstep, and the wisdom you've gathered over time. Celebrate the strength it took to rise again after every challenge, because that resilience is what has brought you here today. Living fully in the present is another crucial practice. Regret ties you to the past, and negative self-talk keeps you trapped in a never-ending loop of self-judgment. But right here in the present is where life is happening. It's where joy exists, where love flourishes, where new experiences await. Practices like journaling, meditation, or simply sitting quietly in nature can help you reconnect with the life that's unfolding right now. These practices allow you to center yourself, embrace the beauty of the present moment, and remind you that the past doesn't define you unless you allow it to. Letting go of regrets and silencing negative self-talk is more than just emotional release. It's an act of reclaiming your narrative. It's about choosing to see your life not as a series of mistakes or missed chances, but as a beautiful journey of discovery filled with love, resilience, and grace. By offering yourself the grace you so freely give to others, you open the door for peace and contentment to enter your life. You deserve to live with a heart unburdened by the past, open to the joy that is still waiting for you in every new chapter. The future is yours to shape, and it's never too late to start living it with a renewed sense of purpose and peace. The habits we develop over the years, both the good and the bad, can shape the course of our lives, sometimes in ways we don't even realize. They become ingrained in our daily routines, our choices, and our patterns, subtly influencing our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. For many of us, after decades of living, unhealthy habits start to creep in, even without us noticing. Skipping meals because we're too busy, choosing processed foods because they're convenient, staying sedentary because it feels safer or easier, or neglecting those regular medical checkups because they seem like an inconvenience. These habits slowly take a toll on our health, both physically and mentally. But it's not just about the body. These habits extend far deeper, influencing our emotional state and the way we view the world. Perhaps we find ourselves holding on to worry or constantly tuning in to negative news, or maybe we're isolating ourselves, not allowing ourselves to feel connected to others. These patterns, though they may feel like second nature, are not inevitable. They can be changed. With conscious effort and patience, even the habits that have been a part of your life for years can be shifted, making space for a life full of renewed energy, balance, and joy. This stage of life, especially in your 70s, offers a unique opportunity to recognize that change is always possible. No matter how long a habit has been a part of your routine, the chance to improve, to evolve, and to start anew is always within reach. Begin by reflecting on the habits you've formed over the years. Are they truly serving you, or have they become a default way of living that is simply comfortable? Take a look at your day-to-day choices. Can you find ways to make them healthier and more fulfilling? For example, instead of skipping breakfast, could you take just a few minutes to enjoy something simple and nourishing, like a warm bowl of oatmeal or fresh fruit? Instead of remaining seated for hours, could you take a gentle walk around the block or stretch your body, allowing the energy to flow through you? And instead of immersing yourself in negative news that heightens your anxiety, could you set aside that time to listen to uplifting music, dive into a good book, or reach out to someone who brings light into your life? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Embracing the process of letting go of unhealthy habits requires an immense amount of self-compassion. It's crucial to understand that change doesn't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. The most beautiful part of this journey is celebrating the small victories along the way. Whether it's choosing a healthier snack, taking an extra step toward your goals, or simply going to bed on time, these small adjustments are the seeds of transformation. Over time, they will compound, creating a ripple effect of well-being that touches every area of your life, improving not just your body, but your heart and soul too. And remember, seeking support is a powerful form of strength, not weakness. Whether it's a doctor who helps guide you through changes, a nutritionist who helps you find the right foods, a physical therapist who helps you regain your mobility, or even a friend who takes a walk with you, reaching out makes the journey toward healthier habits more manageable and, importantly, more enjoyable. You don't have to walk this path alone. Imagine the liberation that comes from taking control of your health, from waking up each day with more energy, feeling stronger, more vibrant, and more capable of doing the things that bring you joy. Picture the pride and satisfaction that will fill your heart as you look back and realize that you've invested in your well-being, an investment that will pay off in vitality, happiness, and peace. Letting go of unhealthy habits isn't about regretting the past, but rather about opening yourself to the possibilities of the future. It's about recognizing that your body and mind deserve kindness and care no matter your age. As you embrace healthier choices, you're not only extending the length of your life, you're also enriching its quality, ensuring that every moment, every day, is filled with vitality, joy, and profound gratitude for the gift of growing older. As we move into the later stages of life, we are often faced with a powerful question. What beliefs have we been carrying with us all these years, and do they still serve us today? Beliefs are the compass we use to navigate life. They guide our decisions, shape our actions, and influence how we view the world. But as time passes, some of the beliefs that once provided security or structure may no longer align with the person we have become or the life we wish to live. Reaching the 70s gives you the precious chance to reassess these beliefs, those ideas and attitudes that have shaped your existence, and to ask yourself, are these beliefs still serving me, or are they holding me back from fully embracing this next chapter? Outdated beliefs can show up in many ways. Maybe you've believed that aging means a steady decline, that you're too old to learn something new, or that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Perhaps you've internalized societal expectations, like thinking you must always put others before yourself, or that change is to be avoided because it might be too disruptive. These beliefs often form early in life, influenced by family, culture, and past experiences. Over time, they become like invisible walls that prevent you from moving forward, from growing, and from experiencing the full richness of life. But here's the truth. You are not defined by the beliefs you've carried all these years. You have the power to question, reshape, or even release those beliefs, no matter how long they've been part of your identity. Letting go of outdated beliefs is not about rejecting the lessons of your past. It's about honoring the wisdom you've accumulated and using it to build a life that feels authentic to who you are now. Start by reflecting on the stories you tell yourself. Do these stories inspire possibility, or do they impose limits on your potential? For instance, if you believe that you're too old to embrace technology, remind yourself that countless people in their 70s and beyond are mastering smartphones, navigating social media, and even taking online classes to stay engaged and connected. If change feels daunting, think about the many changes you've already survived and thrived through in your life. Those moments are proof of your resilience and your adaptability. Releasing outdated beliefs also means embracing the unknown, the boundless potential of growth. Life doesn't stop evolving with age, it evolves in new ways. There's always something new to discover, something new to learn, and someone new to meet. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, connecting with people from different generations, or redefining what happiness looks like for you, choosing to think beyond old limitations opens doors to experiences you may have never imagined. Imagine the freedom of replacing "I can't" with "I'll try," or "it's too late" with "now is the perfect time." Picture yourself walking through each day not with fear of what you might lose, but with a heart full of excitement for all that you might gain. This shift in mindset can bring a surge of energy and vitality to your spirit, breathing new life into your daily routine and bringing a renewed sense of purpose. Letting go of outdated beliefs is one of the most profound acts of self-care you can offer yourself. It's a shedding of unnecessary weight, a release of rigid expectations, and a reclamation of your right to live life on your terms. In doing so, you honor not only the years that have shaped you, but also the limitless potential that lies ahead, waiting for you to embrace it fully. By the time you've reached your 70s, you've likely spent decades managing your finances with thoughtfulness and care. You've saved for the future, made disciplined decisions, and practiced sacrifice, all in preparation for a secure retirement. These habits might have been shaped by earlier years of financial struggle, raising a family on a tight budget, or planning meticulously for a comfortable future. But as you settle into this new phase of life, it's essential to ask yourself a difficult but necessary question. Are my financial worries still serving a purpose? Or are they robbing me of the peace and freedom I've worked so hard to achieve? For many, the fear of running out of money lingers far beyond the point where it's truly necessary. It's easy to find yourself holding back on spending money on things that bring joy, comfort, or fulfillment, things you deserve, because of deeply ingrained habits of frugality. You might feel a sense of guilt about using the savings that were set aside precisely for this stage of life, afraid that spending will leave you vulnerable. These worries often whisper fears like, what if there's an emergency? What if I run out? Or what if I become a burden on my loved ones? While it's wise to be mindful of your resources, living in a constant state of financial caution can steal your joy and prevent you from fully embracing the present. This moment right now is an opportunity to step back, reassess, and evaluate your financial situation with clarity and confidence. Perhaps it's time to speak with a trusted financial advisor to ensure that everything is in order and that you're not carrying any unneeded burdens. Doing so can give you the peace of mind you need to focus on what matters, living rather than worrying. A clear understanding of your financial reality can help you replace anxiety with empowerment. Knowing the facts allows you to make decisions based on knowledge, not fear. Money, after all, is just a tool, a resource meant to enhance your life, not dominate it. It's there to help you create beautiful memories with your family, explore new hobbies, travel, or simply make your day-to-day life more comfortable. Maybe it's splurging on a new, comfortable chair that allows you to relax in peace, enjoy your favorite book, or treat yourself to a meal with friends that nourishes both body and soul. It might even be contributing to your grandchild's education or helping a loved one in need. These aren't indulgences. They are investments in your happiness, legacy, and well-being. Letting go of unnecessary financial worry doesn't mean being reckless. It means trusting in the hard work and sacrifices you've made over the years. It means recognizing that the value of money isn't in hoarding it, but in using it to create a life filled with meaning, joy, and peace. After all, you've spent decades earning, saving, and preparing for this moment. Now it's time to enjoy the fruits of that labor and experience the rewards of all your hard work. Imagine the freedom of living without that constant nagging fear of what if. Picture yourself making decisions, not from a place of scarcity and worry, but from a mindset of abundance and gratitude. This shift in perspective will not only bring a profound sense of relief, but will also allow you to more fully appreciate the experiences, connections, and pleasures of life. It's a mental and emotional shift that can create space for joy, peace, and happiness to flourish. Letting go of unnecessary financial worries is an act of reclaiming your time, energy, and joy. It's about focusing on the people and activities that matter most to you without the overwhelming cloud of financial anxiety hovering overhead. You've earned the freedom to live life on your terms, and embracing that freedom is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in this beautiful chapter of life. Change, for many, feels like an unwelcome guest, especially as we grow older. By the time you've reached your 70s, the idea of change can stir up discomfort, uncertainty, and even fear. The routines, the familiar surroundings, the habits you've cultivated over decades, they all provide comfort. The unknown, on the other hand, feels daunting and unsettling. But here's the truth. Change is not your enemy. It's an essential pathway to growth, reinvention, and renewal. At this stage in life, embracing change can be one of the most liberating, transformative decisions you make. The fear of change often stems from a deep desire to hold on to what feels safe, even if it no longer serves you. Maybe you're resisting the idea of downsizing your home, learning new technology, or adjusting to physical or social changes that feel inevitable. It's natural to resist these shifts, to want to cling to the familiar. But by doing so, you may be closing the door on new opportunities and new joys. Every change, no matter how small, carries within it the seed of a new beginning. A chance to rediscover yourself, form new connections, or create a life that aligns better with who you are today. Letting go of the fear of change starts with reframing your mindset. Instead of focusing on what you might be losing, focus on what you stand to gain. Downsizing could mean less maintenance and more time to do the things you truly love. Trying something new might bring unexpected joy or help you connect with others in ways you never anticipated. Change doesn't have to feel like losing control. It can be a beautiful reminder that you are resilient, adaptable, and capable of growth, even in the most unfamiliar terrain. Imagine the liberation that comes from stepping into change with an open heart rather than clinging to old ways. Visualize yourself trying something new, embracing a new hobby, making a new friend, or finding a new purpose. Picture the excitement that comes from seeing each new challenge not as a threat, but as an opportunity for personal growth. This shift in perspective can fill you with vitality and energy, igniting a new sense of purpose as you embrace all the possibilities that lie ahead. Change is not the enemy, it is the gateway to the next beautiful chapter of your life. Imagine the freedom that comes from welcoming change, not with resistance, but with curiosity and excitement. Visualize stepping into new experiences with an open heart, fully aware of the strength and resilience that have carried you through life's many chapters. Every new opportunity, whether big or small, brings the chance to create precious memories, discover new sources of joy, and find peace in the most unexpected places. At this stage in your life, change is no longer something to fear. It's a doorway to something beautiful, something fresh. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment too below to let me know that you are still here with me. Letting go of the fear of change isn't simply about making practical adjustments. It's a deeper, more personal journey of reclaiming your right to live fully and authentically. It's about embracing the present, allowing yourself to celebrate each moment as it comes, and saying yes to freedom and joy. Life after 70 is a unique time, a time to release what no longer serves you, to shed the weight of the past, and to welcome the beauty that simplicity, freedom, and fulfillment bring. It's a time for reclaiming your peace and creating space for what truly matters. Each of the 8 things we've explored, whether it's letting go of physical clutter, unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or outdated beliefs, represents a chance to open up your life to more joy, connection, and inner peace. This process of letting go is not about loss or sacrifice, it's about clarity. It's about making room in your heart and mind for the things that truly enrich your life, things that nourish your soul and bring a sense of contentment. It's about honoring the incredible journey you've had and at the same time stepping forward into the future with lightness, grace, and a renewed sense of purpose. Now is your time to live with intention. It's a time to celebrate the small moments, the little joys that so often pass unnoticed, and to deeply cherish the people and experiences that make your heart feel full. Every day is a precious gift, a new opportunity to align your actions with your deepest values and desires. Every choice you make can bring you closer to a life filled with peace, contentment, and the kind of happiness that comes from living authentically. You've worked hard, you've weathered life's storms, and you've built a rich history. You've earned the right to live on your terms, unburdened by unnecessary worries, unafraid of what lies ahead, and deeply fulfilled by the simple joys of life. Let this be the chapter of your life where you fully embrace the freedom to live joyfully and authentically, surrounded only by the things that truly nourish your heart and soul. It's your time to shine. Let it be a beautiful, intentional, and deeply fulfilling journey. As we come to the end of this video, I hope you've gained valuable insights into how letting go, whether of clutter, unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or outdated beliefs, can help you embrace a life full of joy, freedom, and peace. This is your time to live intentionally, surrounded by what truly matters, and step into the next chapter of your life with purpose and lightness. So, what have you learned from this video so far? Is there one thing that resonated with you the most? I'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments below one thing you've learned today that you'll bring into practice in your own life. Let's start a conversation and support each other on this journey of growth and transformation. If you liked this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for being part of this community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.